I'm Hi, I'm ilabasmati, and today I'm going to talk about the 15th century of a picture of paint of Merlín. It's a German who worked in, in Bruges, that is the center of the economy of North Europe. Here there are 23 scenes of the life of Christ, of the Passion in general. And then I'm going to describe. It's a bit middle age. It's one of the 23 scenes of the Passion of Christ. Well, I'm going to describe. Well, it's the title is Scenes from the Passion of Christ, Merlin. It's an oil painting of Baltic oak panel painting in 1470 by the early Flemish painter of German origin Hans Merlin, very, very famous. The painting showed 23 scenes from the life of Christ combined into a single narrative composition. Without a dominant central scenes. 19 episodes of the Passion of Christ, the Resurrection, and 3 later appearances of the Rise Christ to Maria Magdalena on the road and in the Sea of Galilee. The painting is commissioned by Tommaso Portinari. Tommaso Portinari, and at the right and the left is his wife. When he married, he's 42 years old, and the wife 14 years, a teenager. Well, Tommaso Portinari, an Italian banker based in Bruges, who appear integrally into the portrait composition of the donor kneeling in prayer in the lower left corner, with his recent wife Maria Baroncelli in a similar pose to prayer in the corner lower right. The painting is relatively small, 56.7 by 92.2 centimeters, and is unlikely that it was an altarpiece. It may have been destined for the Portinari chapel in the church of St. James, Bruges. 1501 is not listed among Portinari's belonging after his death, and is believed to have been transferred from Bruges to Florence between 1510 and 1520. 1550 is first recorded in the collection of Cosme I Medicis in Florence and Firenze. Then it goes to Pope Pius V, who gives into a Dominican convent in Bosco near Alexandria, where in 1786 is hidden due to the Napoleonic invasion and donate to King Victor Emmanuel first in 1814, who gave it in 1832 to the Saudaba Gallery in Turin from Turin, where it's continued. The Passion scenes begin in the distance in the upper left with the entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. A false Jerusalem is a city of Europe, not Jerusalem, but we suppose that it's Jerusalem. on Palm Sunday, passed through the city with the Last Supper, and again outside the walls in the lower left with the garden of the Gethsemane. The scene of the Passion continued through the center of the city, a trail of Pilates and the flagellation of Jesus, crowing with thorn, etc. Well, and then the procession with the cross continues out of the city down to the right up to the top for the crucifixion, and the ending in the distance at the top right with the appearance at Emmaus and Galilee. It includes Spanish, Galilee. English. It includes 7 of the traditional 40 stations of the cross, but adds several scenes before and after, and omits 7. Jesus being carried with his cross, the 2 occasions when Jesus fall, carrying the cross, Jesus meeting his mother, and Veronica drying the face of Jesus, Jesus meeting the daughter of Jerusalem, and Jesus being strapped on his clothes. The scenes are distributed in a round, and idealist Jerusalem described a false Jerusalem described as a medieval walled city with exotic tower crowned by domes. The way to him at the east of Flemish art. The high birdside viewpoint allows you to observe Calvary behind the city. Initially, for painting of this period, the luminosity through the painting is an internal associated with the rising sun and compatible through the painting with the areas more illuminated to the right and progressively more shaded toward the right and the sunset. Merlín, the painter, used a similar narrative style for the latest advent and triumph of Christ, also known as the Seven Joys of Mary, 1418, created for the altar of the Tanner Guild in the Church of Our Lady in Bruges, but now in the Altar Pinakothek in Munich. Well, that's all. Thanks for all. Thanks for paying attention. Until tomorrow, see you soon.